Dear viewers, welcome to another episode of Peace's Dear Diary. Thank you for having established a rendezvous with this channel. I do not take it for granted, and it is an honor to share my opinions with you. Peace's Diary has decided to share its thoughts with her for a change. Here's what it tells me. Peace, dear Peace, for Valentine, permit to talk to you about the most misunderstood gift you've ever been asked to give to your partner, the gift of submission. Ephesians 5:21 begins with these words, "Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ." And then Paul continues, speaking specifically to wives, "Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord." I know what the world whispers to you, Peace. I know how those words land on your modern ears like stones, heavy, archaic, oppressive. But Peace, what if I told you that submission, true biblical submission, is the most powerful act of worship you will ever perform? Here are some of the benefits of this gift giving that the world cannot see. When you submit to your husband, not out of fear, not out of obligation, but out of reverence for Christ, something miraculous happens in the spiritual realm. You reflect the very relationship between Christ and His church. Your marriage becomes a living, breathing sermon. Every act of yielding becomes a brushstroke in the masterpiece God is painting through your union. Then comes real peace. Peace floods your home. Not the peace the world gives, but God's peace, the kind that passes understanding. When you release the need to control, to have the final word, to always be right, you create space for God to move. You become a conduit of grace. Your husband rises, not because you've made yourself small, but because your submission, rooted in strength, not weakness, calls forth the leader God designed him to be. Iron sharpens iron, and your gentle spirit becomes the whetstone that refines him. Your children watch and learn what covenant love looks like. They see a mother who is confident enough to trust, secure enough to yield, strong enough to bend without breaking. And you, Peace, you are transformed. Submission crucifies your pride, your self-sufficiency, your illusion of control. And in that death, you find resurrection life. You discover that Christ's yoke really is easy, His burden really is light. But oh Peace, I won't lie to you. This is warfare, an intense battlefield. I hear your inner thoughts ask me, how? Let me enlighten you. Peace, you live in 2026, where every screen, every podcast, every social media post tells you that submission is slavery, where feminism, which has done so much good in many ways, sometimes swings so far that biblical femininity is mocked, where the world equates submission with stupidity and strength with dominance. You have a career, Peace. You have a voice. You've been educated, empowered, told you can be anything, do anything, conquer anything, and you can. But then you come home and your faith asks you to do something that feels like stepping backward, to submit. Your flesh rebels every single day. When he makes a decision you disagree with, your hands tremble with the urge to override him. When he leads in a direction that scares you, your throat tightens with unspoken, "I told you so." When he's wrong, and he will be wrong because he's human, every fiber of your being wants to say, "See, this is why I can't submit to you." Then the enemy whispers a lie. "You're smarter than this. You don't need him. You're equal. Why should you submit?" And that last lie is the most insidious, Peace, because biblically, you are equal. Galatians 3:28 is clear. There is neither Jew nor Gentile, neither slave nor free, nor is there male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. You are equal in value, in worth, in standing before God. But equality doesn't mean sameness. It doesn't erase the beautiful complementary design God created in marriage. Mysteriously, here's where it gets beautiful, Peace. Here's where the Valentine's heart of this message beats loudest. Submission is worship. In Ephesians 5:2, just verses before Paul talks about marriage, he writes, "Walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God." A fragrant offering, a sweet-smelling savor. Peace when you submit to your husband out of reverence for Christ, when you choose yielding over controlling, trusting over micromanaging, supporting over dominating. You are burning incense before the throne of God. Your submission rises like perfume into the heavens. Remember that post you saw and liked from your friend's status? The one that described a perfume as more than a scent? Describing it as a statement. The silent confidence one wears, the final touch that turns an outfit into a whole mood, the memory that someone holds onto long after one leaves the room. Well, that is how this worship of yours makes a statement to God of who you truly are, and your memory lingers on in that tabernacle of worship. Just as Christ's sacrifice was a sweet aroma to the Father, your daily sacrifice, the death of your pride, your need to be right, your insistence on your own way becomes worship. Not worship of your husband, he's not God, but worship through your marriage to God. Think about it. What is submission but the ultimate Valentine? When you submit, you say to your husband, I love you enough to trust you. I respect you enough to honor your leadership. I'm secure enough in Christ to be vulnerable with you. And through your husband, you say to Jesus, you are my ultimate authority. My marriage is your altar. My home is your sanctuary. And every act of submission is me whispering, I love you, I trust you, I surrender to you. Therefore, dear Peace and all Christian married women, as you would say, on this Valentine's Day, I want you to see your marriage through new eyes. Every time you bite your tongue when you want to correct him in public, that's worship. Every time you defer to his decision, even when you're not sure, that's worship. Every time you support his vision, encourage his dreams, build him up instead of tearing him down, that's worship. Every time you say, I trust your leadership when your flesh wants to say, let me handle this, that's worship. And God? He's leaning forward from his throne, breathing in the sweet fragrance of your sacrifice, smiling at his daughter who gets it, who understands that submission isn't about being less, it's about being yielded, not weak but willing, not silenced but surrendered. And watch what God does. Watch how he honors your obedience. Therefore, dear Peace and all Christian married women, as you would say, on this Valentine's Day, I want you to see your marriage through new eyes. Every time you bite your tongue when you want to correct him in public, that's worship. Every time you defer to his decision, even when you're not sure, that's worship. Every time you support his vision, encourage his dreams, build him up instead of tearing him down, that's worship. Every time you say, I trust your leadership when your flesh wants to say, let me handle this, that's worship. And God, he's leaning forward from his throne, breathing in the sweet fragrance of your sacrifice, smiling at his daughter who gets it, who understands that submission isn't about being less, it's about being yielded, not weak but willing, not silenced but surrendered. And watch what God does. Watch how he honors your obedience. Watch how he honors your obedience. Watch how he strengthens your marriage. Watch how he uses your sweet-smelling sacrifice to draw others to himself. Because in the end, Peace, this isn't really about your husband at all. It's about you and Jesus. It's about your worship. It's about you becoming more like Christ, who submitted even unto death, and by that submission, changed the world. You are loved, you are cherished, you are seen. Happy Valentine's Day, Peace. Now go worship.